Welcome back to Trauma Recovery Anonymous, the podcast. My name is Richard and I am your host. There are 4 stages to healing from any past trauma memory. The first stage is that of a victim. When we look at any spiritual tradition, whether it's Christian or otherwise, they have what they call a mind. For the Christians, it's a month's mind. For this 1 month, you can grieve the loss of the person who died or the trauma you suffered. For 1 month, you grieve it. You can lament. You can wear sackcloth. You can act as though you died as well. Fasting, moaning, groaning, hurting for 1 whole month. In some Asian cultures, it's 60 days. In some other cultures, it's 90 days. But you have a period of time where you join with the victim and you continue that suffering long into the next 30, 60, or 90 days. But at the end of that time, you have the month's mind, or the 3 months mind, or the 6 months mind, where you have a party and you gather all your family and friends together and you say farewell to that trauma, to that person who passed away. You have a big party and everything associated with that trauma, with that party, you release, whether you give it away, where you bury it, where you burn it, whatever you have to do to get rid of it from your life. So if it's a lost loved one, all of their belongings you give away to the homeless and to second-hand shops, whatever. You get rid of it. You remove it from your psyche. It doesn't mean you don't care about them. Just it's time to move back into the land of the living. And so you have your 30-day, 60-day, or 90-day period where you get to be the victim along with the actual victim of the event. The victim of the event was the person who was the actual being alive in that moment in time. You're 30 days later looking back on that event, or 60 days later looking back on that event, or 90 days later looking back on that event. Where you are right in this moment isn't the event happened 30, 60, or 90 days ago. So you are the survivor looking back on the event. And it's a time to cut ties with that past event, that past trauma, or the past loved one. And this so-called month's mind is where you do this. Maybe you gather all your family or friends, your therapist, whatever it is together, and you make a clean cut, a break from the past event. You understand that the event happened to your inner child. It's time to allow your inner child to step into the light, to go into the mansion prepared for them in a father's mansion, to be free, to take all their details and baggage of their event with them, so you can be free to return to the land of the living in the present. And so you have what one would call a month's mind, or a 3 months mind, or a 6 months mind, and you release it, and you let it go, and suddenly then you start your life over. So you go from victim to survivor. There's a clean break here from victim to survivor. Now, it's not easy being a survivor. You still have memories of the past. You can still be triggered by nightmares or flashbacks. But you're at that stage of healing where you're ready to break free completely. All you need now is a spiritual solution, because you understand and you accept that the past is in the past. It's no longer tangible. It's no longer a real entity in the present. So it's spiritual. So you need a spiritual solution to heal the hole in your soul caused by the memory of the past that is in the past. It's not a real thing. It can't be treated in the present because it belongs in the past. It happened to your inner child. It didn't happen to you. You're the survivor today, looking down the tunnel of time, looking back at an event that happened 6 months, 3 months, or a month ago, looking at that younger aspect of you who suffered the trauma. And it's time to let them go completely, to release them from this plane of existence. And to do that, you've got to give them back the details and the baggage of their trauma event. So in that state of survivor, your goal is to reach the level of victor. And we do this by finding a program like Trauma Recovery Anonymous, completing the 2-hour healing event of healing any trauma memory, where you have a visualization. Imagine in this moment you're sitting in front of that younger aspect of you. So if you're a veteran today and you're in your 60s, you're looking at that younger aspect of you who went off to fight in a war at the age of 18 or 19. And sit back in your seat, breathe into your nose only, relax your body, and imagine that younger aspect of you is looking at you saying, Richard, please let me go. I can't cross over into the light until I have all my baggage, all the details of what happened to me, given back to me. I need to cross over to be free of this pain and hurt that I suffered, but I can't cross over until I have all my details and my baggage. I suffered, endured, survived, and overcame that trauma, so you'd be free today to have a life beyond my wildest dreams in your present and my future. And to get there, you've got to give me back all of my crap. Give it to me and let me go. Picture your younger self, maybe in his uniform as he enlisted, telling you this, and you know the truth of this. You're here today, survivor. Whether it's 3 months later or 30 years later, you're not the same person. You're older, you're maturer, you've survived days, put days between you and the event. You're not the same person in any way. Science tells us our bodies change every 7 to 10 days, 7 to 10 years, which means if you've gone from 18 to 60, well, there's 4 lifetimes of your whole body changing mentally and physically and emotionally. Your body has changed, has transformed, has gone from that of a young person to an old person. Everything about you has changed. The only thing that's remained the same is your soul. Your soul remains the same from the day you were born until the day you die and until you move into the next dimension. Your soul always remains the same. And the soul is where you heal, where you hold the traumas and the successes of your past. And so you have to relieve your soul of this trauma. And so the healing event of Trauma Recovery Anonymous is a 2-hour process whereby you get to meet your inner child. So for me, I'm meeting that 12-year-old child called Richie, who suffered a trauma 50 years ago. And he says to me, Richard, please let me go. Please let me cross into the light where I can be safe around all my ancestors, where I can be safe away from all this pain and hurt. I'll take these details and baggage with me. I'll give them over to God, and He'll send a host of angels to take care of that, and I'll be free. But I can't go until you let me go. You're holding me back. You've become part of my abuse, and by taking my past into your present, you've brought the death, decay, and disease of a dead thing into your life. It's destroying everything and everyone in your life. Please let me go. This is the action that you have to take for you, as I took for me. The past is none of your business. It didn't happen to you. It happened to your inner child, and your inner child wants to leave. But they can't leave until you let them go. You're holding them back. You've taken them hostage. It's a frightening concept to think that you, in your belief that you're helping your inner child by fighting their battles for them or seeking justice for them, that you actually have taken them hostage. And your good works actually are not good works at all. They're a crime against them. You're doing a wrong thing. Someone's conditioned you to believe that you're doing right by suffering the past and the present, when you're actually betraying your inner child. You've taken them hostage. You're holding them against their will from crossing over into the light. And you've got to go from survivor to victor. And you do that by embracing a program like Trauma Recovery Anonymous. You complete the healing event, which takes 2 hours, where you give the details and the baggage of the past event back to your inner child, but you also release all the residue of that energy from your body. And when you finish that, you'll feel the release in your body mentally, physically, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. You'll have healed your broken spirit, your wounded soul. The hole in your soul will be gone. You feel a sense of hope and acceptance that is beyond your wildest dreams. And then you embrace the 12-step program of Trauma Recovery Anonymous to undo the learned dysfunctional behavior of that conditioning. Those people who told you that you have to suffer the past and the present, they were lies. You get to break free of that learned behavior by doing these 12 simple steps. When you finish this, it takes 3 hours to complete. You are now free to live your life over. And because these 12 steps are so successful, you work these 12 steps morning, noon, and night for the rest of your days. Very simple questions. You ask yourself these 12 questions at the beginning of your day. You ask your 12 questions maybe on your morning break, on your lunch break, on your afternoon break, on your evening break before you go to bed. Just simple 12 questions you ask yourself, yes or no. And if your answers are yes, 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 well, then you're fine. If your answer is no, well, then you have to rectify and turn that no into a yes. It's a very simple process. Nobody can do this for you, only you. You have an obligation to your inner child to release them with love and gratitude. They don't belong in this fallen world. They suffered, endured, survived, and overcame that trauma, so you'll be free today to have a life beyond their wildest dreams. They never asked, wanted, or needed you to be their savior. That wasn't part of the deal. They sacrificed so much to you be free today. For you not to take that gift is an awful shame. You have become their abuser, and you're self-sabotaging your own life. And so you need to give it back to your younger self, your inner child, in this moment in time. This program is very simple to complete. Both books are available on the Amazon platform. Healing Any Trauma Memory takes 2 hours to complete, and the 12 steps of Trauma Recovery Anonymous takes another, probably an hour to complete, to have an understanding of how it works. And then you work these 12 steps every day of your life. You never go back. The past has nothing to do with you, which means even today, in this hour, you only have this 1 hour here and now. Your past, your present, and your future is in this 1 hour only. When this 1 hour is over, it's gone. And you look at the next hour and you live in the next hour. Everything from yesterday backwards is none of your business. It belongs to younger aspects of you. And we don't know what's going to happen in the future, so you only focus on this 1 hour today. Within this 24 hours, you focus on this 1 hour here and now. How can I be the best version of me in this moment in time? Focused fully on myself and my family and my friends and my responsibilities, my hopes and dreams and aspirations. And the clear-cut answer is let go of the past. It's none of your business. Release it, give it over to your inner child, who can then take it into the arms of our Father, and it'll be gone from this plane of existence, and you'll feel the release in your body mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. You can do this. Nobody else can do it for you. It's a very simple process. There are 1 billion adults in the world today diagnosed with mental disorders, and some 400 million children diagnosed with mental disorders. And you can share this with them and help another person to get there. You might decide to work it together. You can contact me directly at appointments@traumarecoveryanonymous.com if you'd like to book in a session so I can take you through the process. Or you can work this with your colleagues, your buddies, or your therapist. At some point, you have to accept the truth that no matter how much you want to change this, you can't affect any change on it because it happened to somebody in your past. It's not yours to process. You must return it to its rightful owner. You're not betraying them. You're actually giving them a gift. If you could picture them in front of you right now, they'd be telling you, please let me go. Please give me back all of my baggage so I can leave this plane of existence. You know this is the truth. Maybe you've been in therapy for months, years, decades. Maybe you've gone from being diagnosed with depression to diagnosed with PTSD to complex PTSD. That the only thing changing in your situation is your condition is evolving into something worse, because you're trying to fix something that isn't yours to fix. It's none of your business. It didn't happen to you. It happened to your inner child, and you have an obligation to your inner child to return to them what's theirs so you can focus on the present. When you achieve that, you go from survivor to victor. And then, like myself, maybe you want to help other people, and you go and you share this. You reach these 1,400,000,000 people and tell them about this, and you become a helper. Jesus was a helper. The Holy Spirit was a helper. You and I can be the helper. We carry this message to other people, whether it's on a podcast or in your support group or through your therapist. You carry this message to other people. The past is none of their concern. They have to give it back to their inner child so they can be free to live their life in the present moment, where their intention and attention should be focused. Look around you at your partner, your children, your siblings, your parents, your friends, your family, your work situation, your responsibilities. This is where all of your focus should be. Not on something in the past that happened to an inner child, even if that inner child was an hour younger than you or a day younger than you. It's none of your business. Your business is what can you do right now in this hour to live a life beyond your wildest dreams. And the trick to do is to buy these books, book an appointment, and do this program over 3 hours. And in 3 hours' time, you've got broken free of the past completely. You'd never go back to it. Your therapist asks you about the past and how it makes you feel, and you can simply say, I know what happened to that young lad called Richard. I feel terrible for him. I mean, it was horrible, but he went through it, and he suffered it, and he gave me freedom of it today, and he's taken it from me, and he stepped into the light. I no longer have the details and the baggage of what happened to him. I carry the memory. Like all my other memories, I have his memory of what happened to him, and I feel for him. But he's left this building, and he's taken his baggage with him, and it's no longer any part of my life. And I'm free now to live fully my life in the present moment. Thank you.